Welcome to Encouragement by Ron. We're in the fourth session of a series dealing with the issue of hard work versus mere talk. And we've been using one scripture, one verse out of the Bible, the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 23. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of planning and execution. Now it is true that, some people get stuck in planning. And planning can become a form of mere talking. I'm just talking about it. I'm not doing it. However, planning is powerful when we combine it with accountable execution. So let's talk about an idea of setting goals. Setting goals to establish clear, actionable goals, whether in your personal life, education, career, spiritual life, or whatever. An example would be whether you're currently in some form of formal education or you're that person that continues to study throughout your life to improve yourself. One way we could say it is, I just plan to study harder. I just plan to study more. Well, that's a pretty vague, quote unquote, goal. Instead, if you literally say, I am going to read chapter 23 tomorrow between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, or maybe I'll put it on a list that says before I go to bed tomorrow. The idea is that we're saying I'm going to do this chapter, I'm going to read it during this time period. It's something then that is planned, but I'll know tomorrow if I really came through in an execution or not. That's the accountability. Very important part. We'll come back to that in just a second. Taking initiatives. Look for opportunities to act rather than waiting for the perfect moment or for others to take the lead. A good example would be at work. If there is a process that you have to deal with regularly as part of your work, and there's one or two things in that process that don't seem to work well or they're inefficient, and you say, I sure hope somebody fixes that someday. Well, that's not really taking action. That's not taking the initiative. Instead, you need to take a look at that, come up with possible solution to those issues, and then very kindly, very calmly present to the right person. This would help improve this important process for all of us. It'll take less time, be more productive. That's taking initiative. That's taking the lead. An important part about having a better life, a more enriched life, is to learn to take action, take initiative. Do not just wait for someone else to do it. This will improve life greatly. We also want to take in an area of building this area of planning and execution. We want to build discipline. Developing habits that foster hard work, such as time management and prioritizing tasks. One very powerful tool technique to use to improve the connection between planning and execution is some form of task checkoff list. Years ago, when I was providing services for multiple companies at the same time, multiple companies, what I would do is before I would go to bed on a Tuesday night, as an example, I would have a legal pad with all the tasks that I knew of in advance that had to be completed before I went to bed Wednesday night. Several advantages of this. First of all, it gave me the tasks that need to be done, the goals that need to be achieved, and I knew it had to be done before the end of the next day. So therefore, it's not just mere talk. I was actually saying this needs to happen. These are actionable. Then the other nice part of that is I could wake up in the morning, not wasting time. What do I need to do today? No, I've got it right there in front of me, fresh in the morning. And as soon as I had done each task, I would check it off, cross it off, and then make sure I got everything done before I went to bed on Wednesday night. However, before I went to bed on Wednesday night, the last task was to do a legal pad of Thursday. What do I need to complete on Thursday before I go to bed on Thursday? Now, this takes a little while to develop, but the beauty of it is a situation where your planning is not just mere talk. You're really getting things done. You're holding yourself accountable. This will greatly improve your focus, greatly improve your productivity, and make you a much more efficient and more profitable person. I challenge you to go through the study guide for all 4 sessions, review, continue to look at ways, small steps at a time, to improve your ability to move beyond just mere talk and actually do action. Because the more we do that's profitable, the better our life will be, and reduce the amount of quote unquote poverty that's in our life. Thank you.